Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dabblers. Finally, we're here at Snyder Cut. We're talking Snyder Cut. I
It's
got
Snyder Cut
Dave,
season,
the joke.
baby.
Snyder Cut season. Man, it's crazy, man. We think back. For the few listeners that we've got, if you guys go all the way back to that episode where we talked about the Snyder Cut getting the buzz, a 2-year campaign, and then you go to fandom, we're knowing that Snyder Cut is coming out, and then you go to the recent episode where we got the release date and started seeing the trailers, and now we're here, where the whole world is just going fucking crazy for Snyder Cut.
Dude, this has to be the craziest story, like, in recent memory about a movie. Like, just this is a documentary, like, in a few years, but certainly it's a movie in like 20 years, right? This whole thing is a movie.
This is the movie, and the crazy thing is like, it's three ways. There's the Snyder Cut fans, and all the DC fans were like, "This is fucking awesome" because they love DC. And then there's the guys who didn't know anything, watched it and hated it. And then there's the people, and then there's the critics. Now in the group of the people that watched it and hated it, it's either your mind was changed and you love it, or you were just like, "It's more hours." And then the critics were like, "Wow, this is actually pretty freaking good." So, and then you get guys like us who just like are just so intrigued.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely different responses to it, right? But I think the people who knew about it and the people that watched the first Justice League, the Joss Whedon one, like I feel like everybody just set their expectations so low that the fact that this was any good, the fact that this was, they were like, yeah, fresh, cool, yeah, 3 out of 5, yeah, definitely. Like, I think I think that like this needed to be a really bad film for it not to succeed. Like, considering the drama that came from it, right? What
Dude,
would it have taken for you to hate this film, bruh?
I don't think I'll ever know that the answer to that question because I went in, the you remember the day I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, it's out, and then and then I got home around like 9 p.m. in the evening, right? And and then and then I had to wait until 11 for my internet to come back. When my internet came back, I just put in the Snyder Cut, and I just put it in. I'm like, yo, we're watching Snyder Cut. Telling my mom, and then mom was like, okay, cool. And then we start watching it, right? And I'm expecting her to fall asleep by like the end of maybe an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. She's not falling asleep. She's intrigued. She's asking me questions. She's asking questions about Stefano. She's like, okay, cool. So I noticed that he took that first one in one of those boxes and he's taken another box. So there's supposed to be three of them. I'm like, oh yeah, you've been noticing that. She stayed awake. A 56-year-old woman stayed awake watching Snyder Cut the whole entire 4 hours, all the way through everything, and was like,
That's
that is a freaking great movie.
that's actually one of the things I was actually going to talk to you about because I watched this movie really differently. I wanted to know if the 4 hours goes by really quickly or really slowly.
Man, I didn't feel the 4 hours. I didn't even feel the aspect ratio. At first, I was like, oh, hey, weird aspect ratio. Okay, it was meant for IMAX. Okay, cool. But after a while, you forget the aspect ratio is a thing. And for me, there was so many like complex little stories being told along with the big story that I didn't feel the 4 hours.
Yeah, that was actually really true. Like this, and I know it's like split into parts, but they fly by. Like there's things happening throughout the story. There's films that are like an hour and 30 minutes that are way slower than this, where like nothing happens. But because
Yeah.
things are constantly happening in this cut, it's difficult for you to fall asleep or be like, oh, this film is so boring. Because I don't know how he did it, but he managed, and I think that actually the time kind of helped, but he managed to just cram. a bunch of things into this film, including like Flash and Cyborg origin stories and all sorts of things. It's incredible, incredible work.
No, it is. It's very incredible work. I mean, you think about it, and like I said, like I tweeted as well. At the end of after I finished watching it, it's like I suddenly felt like robbed by. I suddenly felt robbed by Marvel, man. I feel like Marvel should have been making 4 hour superhero movies all along. That's how I felt at the end of that. I was like, why the? I started thinking, what if Winter Soldier was 4 hours? Imagine all the things that could have been told Russo's. It's like there's that satisfaction that Snyder had, and for me, it was you know how much of a big Batman fan I am, man. So for me to see, you know, Batman doing all of these really badass things, and I'm like, yeah, Bruce, you got like gauntlets that can disperse energy, and I'm like, what? If you didn't have that, you'd be dead. But that's why you're the fucking Batman,
Dude,
and
dude, he shows up in
and
this film.
also he shows up, dude. Um, And also, man, Martian Manhunter. I didn't expect. There were rumors about that, but I was like, nah, there's no way. But he fucking did it. And also, there was something I wanted to ask you. Did you hear the rumors that like Ryan Reynolds was so close to being Green Lantern in that?
Yes, I did hear about that. That would have been
Dude,
really cool. Except it would have ruined that line that is this Steppenwolf or Darkseid that has the line "No lanterns here."
no lanterns here.
That's Steppenwolf, right? That
Yeah,
would have kind
Steppenwolf.
of ruined that one line, but otherwise,
Yeah,
like, why the hell not? And I think we also have to realize the fact that all this was done, like, in terms of not every part of this was actually done like way back then. Some of this was done
yeah.
like a
There's
few months ago. Like they
yeah.
literally
There's
just
still at
got
like
done filming this.
yeah. There's still at like a few other things to film from it. And yeah, and then there was the Superman, the black suit,
Okay,
pretty
we're going
pretty cool
spoilers.
scene.
We're going spoilers. We're going spoilers. We're gonna talk about it.
Alright,
Unless you don't wanna.
what else?
Do,
What else?
do you wanna do full spoilers?
I mean, for people who haven't watched Snyder Cut, what are you doing listening to this right now?
What we said before this, that was our non-spoiler review. You can leave. You can leave now. You can you can go.
Alright, the door's right over there. If you choose to sit, I don't know, man. You know what you're doing. You know what you're getting yourself into. Then,
Yeah. You're saying black
so
suit?
so the black suit. I go back to. I remember I watched his interview. I watched his interview live on IGN Fest. On IG during IGN Fan Fest that he did for them, where one of the fans came in and asked him what it felt like to see Henry Cavill wearing the black suit, and Zack Snyder kind of laughed and is like, no, we didn't he didn't actually wear the black suit. What I did was worked with the visual effects guys to turn the original red and blue suit into a black suit, and it worked out. So they decided they'll just like edit in the black suit. So he never actually wore the black suit.
Damn. Damn. That's such a great idea from the visual effects side. By the way, like the
Dude,
visual effects on this film, like so much visual effects in this film.
holy shit,
If you
dude.
watch the
But
the
for
making of the film, there's like there's you can find like little shots of like how they did certain scenes, and there's so much visual effects. like like I was surprised, like the fact that they made it
but
work in the amount of time that they had, like from last year as well.
yeah,
And most of the
yeah,
CGI is actually like pretty okay. Like I had a few
yeah.
complaints, but otherwise looks up. I mean, it looks good.
And 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 the thing is, like, when you talk of visual effects, I started to notice something about Stephen Wolf, like that armor thing that's always around him. Like when he's calm, it's not it. The place don't move around, but when he's angry and he's in a fight, like the place is always fluctuating. They're always like doing these dances and stuff,
Yeah,
and
I was also wondering
and
about that. Yeah.
it's like his armor reacts to his emotion. Cause when Darkseid appeared for the first time in front of him, like his all his armor like literally just went down, like to show like respect and fear to Darkseid, you know.
Yeah,
So that was insane. And also, man, let's talk about that fucking Darkseid, man.
dude. It's such a shame that, we didn't get to, see him go against the Justice League. But that like flashback to when he fought the heroes, like that is awesome, dude. Like,
Dude, but like now we wanted to see Omega Beam, man. We wanted to see him shoot the Omega Beam. We wanted to see him punch Superman in the mouth, man. And there's now like it's like now at this time it's like there's a 95% chance that will never happen, but that 5% that's out there is like all this buzz that's now coming around with people saying restore the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse, and WB thinking, do we do it, guys? Do we beg Zack with like 500 billion and tell him he can do whatever he wants?
yeah, because that's what they'll have to do. Remember, like, I think one of his agreements for this one is he took no pay, but he got to like decide everything that went into this film. So if there's
Yeah,
another film, then he will want to have all his decisions, no notes. And clearly it worked out. So, you know,
yeah,
why don't they just go with it? Just one
yeah.
more, one
And
more.
and and looking at where the world is at right now, with vaccines slowly starting to become a success, stuff like WrestleMania coming back with half a crowd, WB might be thinking, okay, cool, it's doing great on HBO Max. How about we do a theater release test run?
I actually wanted to research like if there's places in the world where there's been a theater release because I haven't seen anything around me. But that would be really interesting to see how it actually goes. Like, like do they just show 4 hours or do they do like 2 hours and then intermission, a little break, everybody takes a pee and then comes back in for the last 2 hours.
That would be interesting, but they could do a whole like 4 hours. Cause think about back when Infinity War first came out, and it was around Comic Con season, and I forgot which cinema it was, but a cinema had dedicated its entire theater to showcasing Marvel movies. So people were in there for literally like days watching the entire MCU
Yeah,
over.
but that's different. Like they still have like time between those films to, take a piss and whatnot. You get the credits. I'm sure people walked out. They were like, oh my god, I gotta walk. Just give me some time.
But like I said, but like I said, man, you don't feel the 4 hours. And like everyone I've been talking to, like generally people that I know, and whenever I ask them, man, how do you feel about the Snyder Cut? They're like, fuck, it's a fucking masterpiece.
I just
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like
in my head, I think I remember an interview where he was talking about it and he said there's an intermission. So in my head I imagine there's an intermission somewhere because I feel like he said that in one of his interviews with Grace, one of the YouTubers, one of them. But
yeah.
it moved it.
Oh, that Grace chick. Oh man, I don't like that chick.
Okay, man. Let's go back to Snyder Cut before you get us canceled by YouTube. Just
Anyway, moving on.
okay,
Moving
no,
on.
like,
Oh
you know what?
man.
I'm ADHD. So now that you say that, I have to slide over there. What does why do you hate her?
No, 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 no. We're not
My
doing
brain
this.
just went
We're not. She just does. She just. I don't like the way she reviews things. Sometimes, like people will be loving everything, and then she'll come out and shit on it, and I'm like, why, why, Grace, why? And then Grace is such a.
I
She's an interesting reviewer. That's what I'm gonna
for
say.
me
Back to
for me
Snyder
it's
Cut.
not that like she people are liking things and then she comes out and dislikes it. It's not really that. It's just her reasoning is where I usually go a bit, a bit weird with her. It's the
Oh,
reasoning because she explains why she doesn't like some. You get people who say they don't like things and they don't explain why, but she explains like why, and her why is sometimes a bit like
yes, but why, Grace?
no, no, no. Like she explains why. Like I have disagreements with her that are just like purely from a difference of opinion basis. But anyway, Justice League. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, man. Cyborg, man. Borg life, man.
I kind of
Uh,
want a cyborg film
Rafi,
after this.
time. Okay, let's not go too
I'm
crazy
serious.
now.
Like if you really think about it, like probably the most emotional parts of the story are devoted to his story. He gets the nice scene
Mm.
where he gives that woman like money. Like
Oh man, that was a really epic scene, man. That scene touched my soul,
like
man.
that's a heroic thing to do. It's theft, I know, but like when you really think about it, when you really think about it,
But it made money out of nothing.
exactly. He's just showing you how, like, he even says how broken the world is, right? Like when you think about his
Mm.
parents, like the fact that he lost his dad right before the final fight, like how terrible is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know everybody groups and they're like,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, let's go take them down, but it's like this dude just lost his dad.
and it was and when he was walking all funny, like recovering from that huge Stephen Wolf shot, like he couldn't like it was like in pain, but also in pain emotionally. I was like, damn, I feel that. I feel that performance, Ray Fisher.
Dude, I feel like this will
Ah,
this will be good for Ray Fisher. After the last
yeah,
few
yeah,
months, he needed this.
definitely. He needed something really fucking great to go for him, and this was it. And yeah, like yeah, I enjoyed the progression of his character from like a this solo standoffish guy to like, okay, we're part of the team. We gotta help Batman. This nigga's gonna kill himself for us, so we gotta help that
Yeah,
guy.
and him
you
and
know?
Ezra Miller have a kind of good chemistry there, actually. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they really do. They kind of because for me it's like Ezra Miller and Ray Fisher, and then it's like Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck, and then like Jason Momoa was like the in between guy who can vibe with both. And you know what I really liked about this cut? They took away that really stupid scene where Aquaman goes all emotional for no reason. Then we discover that he was sitting on the lasso of truth, but no one really asked him any questions. So like, why would he be speaking all that emotion? I'm really glad that Zack took that out because it wasn't his scene. So great.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
You know what surprised me about this is discovering like which jokes were Zach's and which ones were Joss's. Like, I was actually surprised.
dude.
There were quite a few jokes in this. It was actually quite funny at times.
Yeah.
And most people are always saying,
Oh man.
Zack Snyder, oh, it's so dark, so gritty, so sad. But I actually found there were moments of gritty. Actually, it's quite refreshing. But,
Yeah, there was a lot of really fun jokes, and like the rapport between Bruce and Diana, where they kept touching hands and they kept on having this really awkward tension. That was some good shit.
yeah, it never went too far to it. And like how we got
Yeah,
like they touched hands and they're like, oh, that's weird.
exactly that. Oh man, and then the big moment, man. For me, the big moment was like was that mini flashpoint situation they gave
Oh
us with
my God.
Flash, where they made you, where they made you know that it was Flashpoint, but also they're like, he's not really saving his dad this time. I mean, he's not really saving his mom. He's saving his parents, but he's still Flash. I mean, he's saving his teammates, but he's still Flashpoint.
Yeah,
So they're setting you
it's
up for
sort of
Flashpoint.
like a flashpoint, right? I feel like
Yeah,
when you say flashpoint, it has to be his mom. It has to be the big one. But
it's sort of a
it's
Flashpoint,
so
you know.
cinematic in that moment, dude. He made Flash look so cinematic. Like, and Flash is one of those characters that
Dude,
just looks,
the running,
yes,
dude.
Flash looks so good when it's these dire, deep, desperate moments and he's gotta run. It's fantastic, dude. Like the way it's like he's pulling time backwards. It's fantastic. I was,
And then even the line that Ezra Miller says, "It's all right now," even the way he says it, the way he delivers it slowly, it's like, oh man. And then you see the Justice League coming back, like from bone to like flesh, and then back to themselves, and then yeah, man, that was insane.
and it was
It's
set up. It was set up
oh,
like I think in the scene before, right, when they were I think reviving Superman, and you see time slowly
mm,
start coming back. Right? Like
pull
so,
back, yeah.
it was something
Oh man, and
setting
then
up.
yeah, and then man, for me, uh that last sort of real time performance by Darkseid when after it stepped on Stephen Wolf's head and then they asked him how they're gonna get there. And then it's like we're gonna use the old ways. And I'm like, damn man, it was another one of those man, no continuation, really no continuation moments. Another one was of course the the alternate timeline Justice League
Yeah,
and them and,
dude.
them facing a Superman who is corrupted by the anti-life's um
Equation.
what's this anti-life equation? A Superman yeah, that version of Superman that's corrupted by the anti-life because Lois died.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to say
Man,
about that. Like, he shows that right at the end, right? What are we
yeah,
supposed to do with that? Like, is that would that have been a part of the next film?
yeah. I mean, because the storyline that I'm aware of where Lois actually dies is a storyline where Joker had left Gotham and made a psychotic drug that messed with Superman and made him think that Lois was Doomsday. And so Superman punches Lois all the way up into space, and then she dies, and then that's when his illusion breaks and he realizes that he just killed Lois. So he floats back down to Earth with her body, and he's broken that he killed Lois. So what I feel like Zack did is maybe took that storyline and twisted it in such a way that in that moment when Superman is broken and is holding
Hold
Lois,
on.
Darkseid just
Yeah, continue.
Darkseid just comes in that moment when Superman is at his weakest and infects him with the anti-life equation, turning him into his personal Kryptonian killing weapon.
Yes, I didn't think about Darkseid doing it. That makes more sense than what I was thinking. I was like, wait, so Joker did this? I was like, damn, why is
Yeah,
Batman just working with him? I don't know if Batman.
that's what.
I don't think he would he would forgive him for that one. I think that would be a step too far, man. I think uh,
Yeah,
Ben Affleck's Batman, by the way, has killed. So I, I feel like he would definitely kill in that situation. Am I right in
yeah,
saying that? Like, because I go back to BVS
definitely,
and
definitely.
he was shooting guys.
No, man, no, man. That no. If even Zack confessed that his Batman is a killing Batman, is the version that kills. He confessed it. So that guy definitely. I mean, he doesn't just kill
He didn't
anybody,
even
but
have
he's
to
definitely been killing.
confess it. He showed it firsthand. I mean, that scene where Batman goes in
Yeah,
and just murks dudes. It's, I was like, whoa, what is
dude,
happening here?
dude, not even that. There was the scene with the Batmobile where he's just shooting guys and like destroying cars and
Yeah,
shit.
I've trouble believing that guy would just be like, yeah, Joker, just keep on talking, keep on telling me about how you killed Robin, how you uh what's this crippled Barbara or whatever her name is.
And another thing, and another thing about that future, it's a future where the Justice League would have expanded into like having Green Lantern, Manhunter, Wonder Woman, and probably Hawkman. I remember seeing Hawkman and Hawkgirl stuff there, so the Justice League would have expanded at that point. But all the people that I mentioned would have all been killed by Superman at that point.
Yep, yes, it goes to show how dangerous Superman is, and the fact that Batman should have killed him. stick stick this thing kryptonite into him, kill him dead.
Ah, man, but man, that movie was a masterpiece. For me, I still say the bar is like the fact that it kept my mom intrigued the whole time. That's like that's incredible.
That's true. Like in terms of comic book
It's,
movies, that's how you measure like how good they are. It's like how do they
yeah,
keep mom?
I mean,
Like
dude, it's dude, it's the same thing. It's I put it on the same level as God of War. Like when I was playing God of War, she was paying attention. One day she asked me this other question. Like it was a scene after Atreus had been sick and then I had gone to hell and gotten stuff to heal him. She had only seen the mission, she hadn't seen the full complete mission. Then the next day she saw me playing and Atreus was by my side. She's like, oh, so you managed to heal the boy? And I'm like, yeah, I healed the boy. But and then I was also like, but how do you know that? She's like, oh no, I've been watching you play. And I'm like, whoa. So that, yeah. And then by the end of the game, she was asking all these questions for scenes that she didn't see, and she was connecting the dots. And I'm like, you're actually watching me play God of War like it's a whole movie. She's like, yeah, no, the story is very interesting. So for me, Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and God of War are on the same level right now.
yeah, that's true. Um, I I I I lost connection for a second. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You heard all the stuff I said
Yes.
about God of War, right?
I like that
Okay.
like
Yeah.
she watched you
That's
play it and remember it. Whenever I watch a game being played, I don't remember most of what happens. I just goes in one out out the other ear, and like I tried watching the stream Cyberpunk wise. Just I was just bored. I was watching somebody play Cyberpunk
yeah,
2077. Didn't I
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
anything. I couldn't tell you what happened.
You know, y- it's talking gaming, and this is gonna be a big year for DC. Like in general, like if you count Snyder Cut, which is already off to a great start. I mean, Wonder Woman didn't do so good for the year for DC. It kind of was like, oh shit, this is how we're starting. Then Snyder Cut is like, yeah, okay, we're here now. And then like, a few months down the line, it's gonna be Suicide Squad. I'm expecting that to be great. And then we're getting Batman, and then but this year we're gonna be getting Justice. I mean, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and the video game, of course. And then there's also gonna be that other Batman uh, sidekicks movie, and
Batman sidekicks
yeah,
movie.
so they are Batman sidekicks though. All of them: Batgirl, Red Hood,
Well,
Robin,
I mean, is Red
Nightwing,
Hood?
all of them.
Red Hood's like I don't know. Red Hood seems like sort of like a villain, you know. It's former side,
Man, Red Hood was a Red Hood was
former
a
side.
sidekick. He didn't have the powers to kill. Yeah, he's still a sidekick. It doesn't matter. All of them sidekicks. They're part of the Bat family. If you Google Bat family, you find all their names there.
It's nasty.
Sidekicks.
It's nasty. Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, yeah, oh man, I mean, I know there's a slim chance, but I really hope they can bring back Zack for something.
you mean DC wise? Oh, bro,
Yeah,
you think Zack Snyder wants to go back there after enjoying the Incredibles
you know,
Netflix?
you know, you, you know what makes me want. You know what's me. You know what makes me think he wants to go back is because on IGN Fest, the lady who was interviewing him asked him if DC asked you to come back after the success of the Snyder Cut, will you go back? He stumbled on his words and he said, "Never say never."
But he was about to say never. He was thinking never.
No,
He
no,
was thinking
no, he
never.
didn't.
He was like,
No,
I'm
no, he
gonna
didn't.
crush dreams.
No, he didn't.
And then
No,
he's like, never say never.
no, he didn't. No, 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 he didn't because he knows if DC give him the control and the money, he will do it. He knows, and he knows that he can pull anybody that he wants. He can get Dave Bautista to play. I don't know. He can get Dave Bautista to play like some character in DC. I don't know what character
That
will get
has
him to
nothing
play,
to do with
but
it.
it can get him.
Does he want to direct another DC film? Maybe.
I say yes. I
Maybe.
say he does. His fans can make him do it. You know his fans can
That's a
make him
good
do it.
point. That's a good point. Yes. Yes. But um oh, man, last time I discounted the fans, they got this done, so
Exactly. You know his fans can make him do it. If all of his fans go and they're on that hype train right now, they're on that restore Snyder cut. If all his fans say we want you to do it,
but
Zack,
it's
he
more
will
than
do
that
it.
though.
You know
I
him.
think it's more than that. There's a lot of people out there who wanna say
Fans in control.
things, um, but it's how they say things. It's they have to put the money where it counts. Okay, like subscriptions to HBO Max. Watch this film if it goes into theaters. Like that's how you say I like this. You know, like because people will be like, oh, on Twitter there was this thing. Like I think DC will be looking to see what this does for HBO Max. If this does nothing HBO Max wise, then I think it's DOA.
No, but I mean I think it is doing something HBO Max wise because the HBO Max Asia server was getting in so hard
HBO
it
Max is an
crashed.
Asia server. I I thought
Yeah,
that's America only.
I mean I was seeing some stuff about it online unless it was fake, but
That's interesting, man. That's interesting, man. When are they rolling out the UK South Africa versions? You know,
eh, we're
I
probably gonna be last.
had to be
South
googling
Africa
had to
anyway.
be
I mean,
googling where to find Zack Snyder's Justice League the whole day.
oh man, but
Oh,
hey, but
this
anyway,
is
we're
why
here. Oh man, we gotta wrapping this up, or else we can go all night. You know
but
we're gonna
we
go all
also
night.
need to
We gotta wrap this
just
up.
talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier and this you
Oh, I
haven't
haven't watched that, but like
next time
we can talk
next
about the
time
final
nah,
trailer.
nah, nah. Together.
All right, next time we can talk. We're gonna talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier
By
next
the way,
time.
I really wanted to
I'm
say.
not sure we'll watch it
By the way,
now.
I really
I'm gonna watch
wanted
it
to
now.
say I love the way Steppenwolf fights. Like him, him versus the Amazonians. That
Dude,
was like, oh, beautiful.
ah,
Just not the destruction
it
that he was doing,
was
but
vicious,
the way they fought, just
but also
Oh my god, dude! And the Amazonian was so cool.
But also,
I don't know what it is, but it was so
it's
awesome. The arches,
dude,
everything. I loved it. I was dying.
the movement.
Go on.
Man, but like Stephanov's first fight with Wonder Woman on that
Dude, that
bridge.
was a classic, and he's
Oh
like,
man,
I killed your sisters or whatever. You know, you have to what for your sisters. He's trying to piss her off. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Steppenwolf is kind of smart as well, you know. Like when he was fighting Wonder Woman, he was pissing her off. I was like, this is kind of like smart. He's not just a big brute. Yeah, I love that guy.
damn.
I wish, yeah. Steppenwolf
Steppenwolf
reminds me of
was
a video
great.
game boss. it's just
Dude, Stephanov still reminds me of the Destroyer, man, from Thor.
yes, that's true. Now I want a Justice League video game, but that's not happening yet. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Avengers, it is.
Oh well. Avengers. I'm not gonna play that. I'm just gonna wait for
You said
Suicide
you
Squad
liked
kill the
it. You
Justice
can't
League.
go back now. You said you liked it. You said
No,
liked
I liked it. No,
You
listen.
I came
liked
to you.
it,
I said,
and
"Are
then
you sure?"
and then after and then after playing it for a while, I started realizing it was repetitive gameplay, and I'm like, no.
You enjoyed the first 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. You're like, wait. I've done this.
It became repetitive, so I'm just gonna wait for Suicide Squad kill the Justice League.
I don't know if that's, we haven't seen like gameplay of that though, so be careful. We only saw a nice story trailer, but
yeah. Oh snap! Before we wrap this up, news for our constituents in America, and well, I don't know if it's just gonna be limited. Isn't just gonna be going down in New York. Shanice Lova's book, The Pride of Noonlay, is soon to be published in New York City.
That's so cool.
The Big Apple, baby. The Big Apple.
In New York?
So yeah, we're going. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be just in New York or if they're going to expand from New York and further. I feel like New York is going to be the test ground. If it does well in New York, then it's going to go elsewhere.
Can they just roll out? International.
Yeah.
I just want. I want order, and then receive. Order, delivery, receive. I just want international, please.
All right then. All right, brother. Do you have anything else we need to discuss? Or can we wrap this up?
I don't have anything I want to discuss. No. Wait.
All right.
Except I have to ask you a very important question.
Okay.
Have you ever pulled out a little too late? Just a little late. Yeah, we can stop here. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Stop.
What the hell, man? Alright, fine. Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dabblers. If you made it this far, you heard all the spoilers. If you didn't watch Justice League, it's your fault. It's not our fault. We had a disclaimer before we started.
I mean, it was midway through the start, but we still disclaimed.
Yeah, man. Still, there was still the disclaimer. So yeah, it's your fault. But I hope you enjoyed Snyder Cut anyway, as much as we did anyway. This is a classic, timeless movie. This is going to be a cult classic in it already is a cult classic, but it's going to be in 10 years, 15 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Cult classic. It is a cult classic. Damn. Damn. On
Yeah,
arrival.
yeah, yeah. Cult classic. All right.
Goodbye.
Peace out.